Your biggest struggle, and you might be going through it right now, will reveal things to you about your reliance upon God and your love for God's people. Find out how on today's episode.
Welcome to Everyday Truth with Kurt Skelly. We believe the Bible is true and relevant to everyone, everywhere, every day. If today's conversation is a help to you, take a moment to leave a review or share it with a friend. Thanks for listening. Now, let's join Kurt for today's episode.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are in Psalm 16 today, and I am more than excited about talking to you about this great psalm. It has a couple really famous verses in it, and one verse that is central to what we believe about Jesus and central to the gospel itself. Don't let anyone ever tell you that the gospel is only reserved for the New Testament. The whole Bible is the good news. The whole Bible is a big arrow to the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we're going to see it in a marvelous way in Psalm 16. We are in, look at the intro to the psalm where it says a miktam of David, a miktam of David. And scholars have differed about what the word miktam means. It might mean like a secret saying or something to be said in hushed tones, maybe something that David deposited in his own heart, a teaching. But whatever it is, we know that this is a prayer. We know that this is a poem. We know that this is something intended to be sung and remembered, and it's full of great doctrine. So Psalm 16 and verse number 1, as David speaks directly to the Lord, and he says, "Preserve me, O God, in thee do I put my trust." So David is in a situation in his life where he feels as if, God, if you don't do something, then I'll be lost. If you don't do something, then I'm not going to be able to keep on keeping on. And so the idea is, preserve me, O God, keep me, protect me, don't let me fall. And that's a great prayer, a prayer of preservation. That God, you are my sustainer. God, you are the one that keeps me going spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. Preserve me, O God. And then watch the operative part of it. For in thee do I put my trust. So I am relying upon you. That's what trouble does. Trouble reveals to us that upon which we are relying. That upon which I am leaning. You know, what is my knee-jerk reaction to, now put that in that blank, what you're going through in your life. Are you going through a physical situation with your health? Are you going through a really nettlesome relational issue right now in your life? I mean, what is it that you're going through? What kind of storm? Maybe it's just a bout with what we would call depression. You know, what does it cause you to do? And in David's life, it caused him to go to God. It caused him to go to God. Now, what he learned in going to God sometimes took a process of thinking. Sometimes in these Psalms, we see David just emotionally saying, Lord, get him. And Lord, where are you? And what's going on? But it's in that emotional upheaval and in that cry out to God that God helped David, and ultimately where David learned about God and about the way that God does things. And that's what trouble does in your life. It helps you to know things about God and the way that God does things. And so David is just testifying here, saying, God, I need you, and I'm trusting you. I am relying upon you. That's not so much an emotional thing, my friends. That is a volitional thing. It's a decision we make. I am going to trust God. And what does that mean, to trust God? It really means to trust what you know about God. Because we can only trust people as we have reasons for a person to be trustworthy. You don't just trust a stranger, but we trust God because we know things about God. We know that he keeps his word. Therefore, he is trustworthy. We know that he has power. Therefore, he is trustworthy. We know that he loves us and his thoughts toward us are good. Therefore, he is trustworthy. So we can rely upon him for good reasons. And David here says, God, please preserve me. I am trusting you. And then verse number 2, he says, oh, my soul. So David kind of having this inner conversation with himself. And I've said this often, that trouble is a time when we need to quit listening to ourselves. Why? Because trouble sometimes touches our emotions, and our emotions say irrational things. Trouble touches our emotions, and emotions scream at us. And so David now is kind of getting his spiritual equilibrium here, and he's talking to himself. He's informing himself about those truths that are so powerfully relevant during times of trouble. So watch what he says in verse number 2. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord. So notice in verse number 1, he speaks of God, the powerful creator God. But in verse number 2, he gets very personal. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord. Notice the all capital letters, at least in the King James Version. And the all capitals translates the word Jehovah, the personal name of God. I like to say God's first name, the way by which God revealed himself. I am the God who has transcended. I am the God that is eternal, who has revealed himself to you in a special way. And so, O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, thou art my Lord. So this is not redundancy, because Lord in all capital letters refers to Jehovah, but Lord with only one capital L is the word for master, the word for my Adonai, the one who's in charge, the one to whom I submit. So my soul is said to my personal, gracious God, I submit to you. You are my master. I will do what you want. So there's a level of submission. And sometimes that's what trouble does. Trouble overwhelms us. And we say, Lord, you're my God. You're the powerful one. You're the one who loves me. And you're the one to whom I will submit. Do you see the wonderful interplay of the words there that all refer to the same God? God, you're the powerful God who loves me, and I submit to you. So verse number 2 again, O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, thou art my Lord, my goodness extendeth not to thee. A little bit of a cumbersome way there that the Old English says that, but here's the point that David is making in verse number 2. Lord, I have no goodness apart from you. I have no goodness apart from you. Lord, I'm going to you because anything good I have is in you. Any righteousness I have is in you. Any solution I have is in you. Without you, I am and I can do nothing. And that's another really good teaching element of our trial, is that it shows us that we are insufficient without him. Not just insufficient in our power, but insufficient in our goodness. And God, I have no goodness without you. Without you, I am a sinner. Without you, I am prone to complain. Without you, I am weak. Without you. So David acknowledges, you're my powerful God who loves me. I submit to you because without you, I am a big fat zero and I have no goodness apart from you. Now, the good news is by faith in Jesus Christ, we have the very goodness of God. We have the very righteousness of God that has been imputed to our record because of the goodness of Jesus. So what a great way to testify during your time of struggle. Typically in this world of ours, when we're going through trouble, the world says, well, don't show weakness. Show strong, put on a brave face. In other words, fake it. Aren't you glad that we don't have to fake it as believers? Aren't you glad that we can say, God, I'm a mess and I'm weak and I'm nothing and without you. But why? Because we have a resource in our powerful, gracious, authoritative God. Watch what David goes on to say in verse number 3. But to the saints that are in the earth. So regarding other believers, regarding a saint is a sanctified one, a set apart one, other believers, other followers of Jehovah. So as for these saints that are in the earth and to the excellent, that's again a reference to other believers, in whom is all my delight. So David says, God, not only am I looking to you, you are the source of my strength. You are the one in whom I place my faith. You are the one upon whom I totally rely. David then says, and my attitude toward others, toward other believers, the excellent ones, is my delight is in them. You see, you simply cannot separate a true faith in God with a true love for other believers. They always go together. And sometimes that's what your trouble most reveals about you and most reveals about me, is that, well, we want to run to God for our source of strength, and yet we want to retain maybe a bitter spirit or retain a wrong relationship or a cool relationship with another believer. It doesn't work that way. No, to be right with God, to be in a position of utter dependence upon God, is also a place where we have to examine our own heart toward others. Always remember this, that the most accurate way by which you demonstrate a sincere heart toward God is by having a right relationship with other believers. The most accurate way by which you demonstrate a sincere heart to God and therefore faith in God is by having a right relationship with other believers. It's the biggest evaluative tool that God has given you. If a man say, I love God, and hates his brother, he's a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? And always through Scripture, God gives us that rubric that we can know that we love God. By this, we know that we love God when we love the children of God. I'm not quoting that verse exactly, but that's the point. And David is testifying to that. He's allowing his trouble, whatever it is that's causing him to say, Lord, preserve me. Oh God, keep me. Oh God, protect me. Whatever it is that's causing this angst in David's life, that's forcing him to look upward, that's compelling him to recommit his faith and reliance upon God. Whatever that is also revealing in David, and really even to David, that he has a genuine appreciation for and love for other believers. I wonder what that is in your life. Does your trial right now, whatever it is that's causing you to pray, whatever it is right now that's causing you to stay up late, whatever that thing is in your life, is it causing you to trust in the powerful, gracious, authoritative God of your life, that he has the answer? And is it revealing in you a right attitude toward and an appreciation for other believers? That's what trials do. But when things really go south circumstantially, when things really get bad in our life, you know what we learn to value? We learn to value the things that really matter, like God and the people that God has placed in my life. God and the people that God has placed in my life. And all of a sudden, some of those petty things, all of a sudden, some of those preferential things, they go away. And I see the saints as the excellent ones. That's why church persecution is so galvanizing to believers. Why? Because it kind of rubs off all the things that don't matter and helps believers center on, we serve the same God, we love the same gospel, we obey the same book, We're going to the same destination. Let's get along, love, and trust for Jesus' sake. And that's what trials do. They bring those big rock responsibilities back into our view. Faith, love, forgiveness. Boy, that's what it comes down to. We make life complicated by our sin, but trouble sometimes explodes things around us so that we just come back to simple things. I'm thinking about our hurricane victims right now in North Carolina and how their homes have been destroyed. In some cases, they've lost loved ones. I can promise you, they're not thinking about little things right now. They're thinking about big rock things like God and faith and love and the people God's brought in my life. And I wonder if that maybe is what we need to do today as we pray this great prayer, preserve me, O God, I'm trusting you and I love your people. We've gone over time already, so I'll quit right there and we'll jump right back into verse number 4 next time. Hope you'll join us for that. God bless you.